Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kurhak Wadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power, Yahweh, Shema, Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, a so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. I got some videos lined up on what's going on around the world and just random shit. Just random stuff that's going on around the world. I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Dash, Lord willing be on me. Let's get it.
With the discrimination and basically racial biases that we face every day, I wanted to take the people into a world where they get to see this particular issues through your eyes.
You've heard the saying, walk a mile in someone's...
Man, get out of here, bro. I mean... And even if you got somebody that's walking a mile in your shoes, that won't change nothing, nigga. That won't change a damn thing. There's the curses we under, bro. We got to deal with.
Shoes. Well,
ain't no fucking VR headset gonna solve any problems, no.
The Black Community Resource Center is taking that idea into the virtual world with their new immersive event called Through Our Eyes, where people can embody the experience of young Black Canadians and explore themes around anti-Black racism, resilience, and social change.
Our showcase event is going to be on August 21st at Bâtiment 7 at 1900 Rue Lebert. Anyone is welcome. Everyone that comes will be able to network and try out each of you.
Y'all, you need to seek the Lord, man. Repent and seek Yahweh Shema Shah, because this shit ain't gonna help at all. That shit ain't gonna help at all. Nobody interested in this shit. I'm pretty sure nobody won't be interested in this shit. The hell, they playing fucking VR games of beating you motherfuckers up. Shit. Beating you blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native. Hell, they got video games where they beat up black, but it's not like it's highly developed AAA games. They like some fucking grade F games. Some look like Doom or Wolfenstein, but hell. They got fucking VR games or something that's that they created to kill you Israelites. And you know when I keep saying they, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. Esau, Amalek.
Our experience will have
and these other heathens. Shit. What's that Moab? Oh, it's 12:44 on the clock. All praise Yahweh Shema Shah, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah. What did Moab have? They had a video talking about on the news. They had the little brown dolls they could beat up and stretch and slap around and abuse. Yeah, them things right there. They got something like that. It's supposed to be for stress relief. How come why they gotta be brown? How come they can't be red? You know what I'm saying? They got them, but they rather prefer brown. How come they can't look Chinese or Moabitish? Anyway.
Have headsets available, and we'll also have laptops available as well to go through the experiences. All of the project participants will be there.
The project explores 5 key areas of anti-Black racism and microaggressions within justice systems through hate crimes and policing and education and employability.
They each chose a sector that spoke to them directly, whether it be something that they experienced themselves, something that they know someone close to them experienced, or something that just spoke to them.
What do you see?
I see 2 screens on each side. How is it doing that? How is it pointing with my...
Yeah, you could use your fingers or you could use the remotes. I prefer to use my fingers because it makes it easier.
God damn, Jay, you gotta be a moist one.
Eniola Oyenlalua, a film animation student at Concordia University, his love for immersive storytelling, animation, and interactive media helped him curate the story of James, centered around justice and law enforcement and how to navigate police interactions as a young Black man.
And first of all, you're not black, you're brown. Of all colors, we're all brown. Different shades of brown. And when it comes to Israelites, with different shades of brown, different shades of red, with different shades of colors. And you could look like a heathen too. But in this case, you're not black, you're brown.
In the project.
And the Edomite looking chick that's reporting this news, she's not white, she's red.
You're basically asked if this is going to go this way or the other way, and you can choose if it's going to get violent or non-violent. But spoiler alert, both do get violent in the end. So you get to choose these types of choices. You get to make the choices and see where it goes.
Ultimately, organizers say the goal of the project is to encourage empathy, challenge stereotypes, as well as amplify youth voices and
Well, y'all better get ready for Jacob Trouble, even in Canada. Y'all lost in the fucking sauce. Y'all realize y'all can solve the problem for racism? No, you're gonna have to deal with the lumps and the bumps and the punches and kicks. Shit, you got to deal with this shit. You can't. Hey man, you seek the Lord. No fucking AI. Well, it's not AI, but it's VR headset crap ain't gonna solve racism. Fuck no. Get out of here, Jake. Seek the Lord. Repent. Next video. Like I said, these are just random videos. I haven't even looked at them yet. So I'm just playing them, saying whatever I gotta say, and hopefully I get in the scriptures. But hell, we under those curses, bro. You can't fight against the curse with VR headsets. The hell wrong with you people? Damn.
The deals are on at Best Buy.
Ridiculous.
And what if I said I was happy for the guy who gambled his life savings on the Super Bowl and won? What if I said I want to celebrate people's victories?
I want to hear just how insane sports betting has gotten in this country. There was about $5 billion worth of wagers placed in 2017. $5 billion. There was $166 billion worth of wagers placed last year.
My parlays missed so bad, I'm thinking about, do I even want to do this anymore, gang?
I get a lot of completely unsolicited DMs, but hello Kalshi. Hello scumbag gambling page.
The weather. That used to be the go-to topic when meeting someone new. Today, people are gambling on it. In fact, for just 6 cents, you can bet that there will be a magnitude 8 earthquake in California before 2027.
I wonder if they betted on an earthquake in Venezuela, or in Colombia, or in Japan. They might have. Let's see. Was there a bet set? I don't know. Let's check. Was there a bet set? Not where. God dang it. God damn it. Was there a bet set that there will be an earthquake in Colombia before it happened? They gonna say no. There is no physical bet. I said bet. There was no significant predictions and betting. Well, anyway.
Are also wildfires, tornadoes, virus.
Yeah, this goes back to that. What's that shit called? They first came out on the news. What I heard of was a website called, I think it was backed by Amalek. I forgot what the name of it called, but whatever.
Viruses and diseases that you can bet on. But if that's not dystopian enough, soon you'll be able to bet on whether the FDA will approve treatments for cancer and Alzheimer's.
Oh shit, I got a video coming up about that, about cancer treatment breakthrough right here. Personalized mRNA vaccines, cancer treatment. No. We already have problems with one vaccine, mRNA that's connected that they're trying to cure for the COVID, and we already seen the effects of that shit and heard of the effects. No.
Patients. While people are suffering from cancer, you'll be able to bet on their lives because, as Kalshi likes to advertise, it's a money hack.
I don't know why more people aren't doing this. Like, I literally made $761.07 last night. Like, I'm not a trader or anything. My friend literally just told me about this app called Kalshi. You basically pick what you think is gonna happen in real life. I saw this one where everyone was choosing the same side. Like, the whole chart was green. If everyone thinks this is happening, it's probably happening. So I just picked the same thing they did. I woke up this morning and it paid out. Why aren't you guys doing this? It felt stupidly easy.
Why aren't you guys doing this? Just bet on the 99% of outcomes like everyone else. Join the herd. But here is the problem. Kalshi positions itself as being able to predict the future based on the bets people are placing, going so far as to create these ads, implying that since they can predict the future, they could have predicted past events like the odds of women gaining the right to vote and baseball contributing to the end of segregation. It is billboard rage bait. But how accurate is Kalshi? Because if everyone is just betting on the winning bet, that's not a prediction. And yet people still view it as a single source of truth. People look at the odds to gauge how likely something will actually happen.
To many Americans, these products look an awful lot like sports betting. To others, they're an innovative financial product that can help aggregate information and provide insight into future events.
Even people in the US government take it seriously. A recent study from the Federal Reserve Board concluded that Kalshi is a valuable complement to existing forecasts.
Yeah, I don't remember Kalshi. I remember it was another one. I forgot the name of the online betting website, or I don't know what you call it. Let me see, how many are there? How many online betting websites are there? Dating? I said betting. Damn, Google. Shit, y'all gotta do better than this. Total list of online bookmark. I didn't ask for that, nigga. Betting websites. Let's see. Yeah, that was it. Polymarket, that's what it was. You got FanDuel, Polymarket. You got a Profit X, OG, whatever OG stand for. We got Crypto.com, DraftKings, Prediction. I don't know what it is like for sports, I guess. I don't see Kushi. Well, Polymarket, I remember that. But anyway.
Tools in both research and policy settings.
Yeah, that was the first one I remember with Polymarket.
But let's keep in mind, one of their advisors is Donald Trump Jr., son of the president who
Oh, what it says? More layoffs. It says Microsoft Gaming. I seen this, but I didn't even read the title. It's talking about some Microsoft Gaming employees outraged by mass layoffs. Yeah. Shit, they gotta lay off some people so they can afford to push out their Helix crap or whatever new Xbox gaming system. Cause them niggas losing. All of them lose. PlayStation losing. All them niggas are losing. Heck yeah. Some nigga there kicking a sea lion. Yeah. That fucking asshole. Gotta be a Edomite. Kicking sea lions. Shit right there in the face. Yeah, this nigga gonna get some judgment, man. Alright, let me get back to the video.
Happens to have influence over the Fed, and other research shows it's not nearly as accurate as claimed. Last year, 2 researchers studied the accuracy of Kalshi, Polymarket, and Predictit during the 2024 US presidential election. 93% of predicted markets correctly predicted outcomes better than chance. However, on Kalshi, the accuracy fell to 78%, and on Polymarket, 67%. And sure, there are some accurate predictions happening on Kalshi. But why is that?
We have officially entered the next realm of insanity, y'all. People are actually botting Spotify streams now not to make the artist famous, but to win bets. On prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket, you can now actually place bets on which songs are going to top the charts. But here's the loophole now that people are exploiting. What if you don't actually have to predict the winner, but you manufacture it? The specific recent example was with Malcolm Todd's song Earrings, which suddenly jumped to #1 on Spotify's US top charts.
Real life is tough on tools.
And like, who's controlling this shit? Yeah.
That's why we engineer and test our tools for the
Is it an accurate prediction that a song hits #1 on Spotify if you deploy hundreds of bots to stream it over 500,000 times? Technically, yes. The song did jump nearly 70% in 2 days and hit #1, but only because it was manipulated. And that's Kalshi in a nutshell. In my opinion, they do not predict the truth. They just pay people to manufacture what they want the truth to be. And about betting on the weather, that's also being rigged. French authorities are investigating after a temperature sensor in Paris spiked twice in 1 month, and both times the spikes matched bets placed on Polymarket, Kalshi's competitor. But somehow, it gets worse.
I was just approached by Kalshi, the gambling app, to make political and also election content for them for a sponsorship, and I basically told them to fuck off.
So Kalshi paid influencers were questioning the integrity of California elections. I thought it was a bit odd when myself, as well as several creator friends of mine, all got offers from Kalshi 2 days before the election, last Sunday, to do paid partnerships with him around the LA mayoral race, when none of us have been discussing the LA mayoral race, and most of us don't even live in Los Angeles.
Why would Kalshi allegedly want influencers to create content around the Los Angeles mayoral race? Perhaps they want to influence election results? Is it?
Alright, anyway, this is bizarre, retarded shit that's going on in the world. Let's see what else we got, and let's get to this one.
A potential breakthrough in cancer treatment. Drug makers Moderna and Merck say that a personalized mRNA vaccine used alongside the immunotherapy Keytruda has successfully reduced the risk of melanoma.
Successfully reduced. And then motherfucker gonna turn into fucking mutant zombies and shit. Like with that book, where they turned into a movie starring Will Smith. What that shit? I Am Legend. Yeah. I bet you that comment here. Let's see what the comments got to say. I Am Legend comments. I Am Legend. Hold on 1 second. Yep, I was right. I predicted. My predictions was right. Should have betted on that. I bet you that. I Am Legend comment gonna somebody gonna come up saying something about I Am Legend. Here we go. Somebody talking about Twilight Zone. Let's read it. When are all of you going to admit the COVID vaccine is the main cause of the soaring cancer rates? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. What is this? Oh, more talk about this shit. Yeah, let me go and say this shit too. Let's hear what they got to say. But not right now. Let me yeah, these niggas here. I mean, come on, man. They got the turbo cancer creator, the COVID vaccine shots. And now they come out with a vaccine that helps treat, would not cure, but treat the cancer. Is it going to help cure or treat ALS? Because there's a lot of reports of ALS happening more often after those vaccine shots was forced or implemented or whatever. No, I don't think so. But anyway, let me get back to the comments. What did it say? It says, the following chemical formula is a vaccine for all form of cancer. Reference Twilight Zone. Oh man, gas. Reference Twilight Zone season 3, episode 32, titled "The Gift." Let's see what that's about. I don't know if that's the Twilight Zone with that Ken. I don't know what that nigga name is. No, it's probably the old. Yeah, this the old one. This ain't the remake or the revamped version. Yeah, and that's The Gift. Anyway, back to the video.
Returning in a late-stage clinical trial. Moderna and MERCK, they say that their personalized mRNA cancer vaccine has met both key goals in a phase 3 melanoma.
And some people are just absolutely told when blessed. Good. They say good. Thumbs up. Prayers. What a fucking dummy. This vaccine surely big relief to cancer patients. Oh, fucking dummies. What else you got? Yeah, I Am Legend once again. I heard, yeah, I was wanting to read these, but I didn't realize that, yeah, you got to read the ones that say it's good, best one. They're a bunch of dummies. They're probably bots anyway. That was probably what's going on. They're probably bots.
Trial. The study involved 1,137 patients with high-risk melanomas whose tumors had been completely removed.
And all them terminal cancer people receiving from the first vaccine. Now you got this one. It's supposed to claim to save your ass.
Patients received either intismeran autogene with Merck's Keytruda or Keytruda alone. Now, according to Moderna and Merck.
Hey man, this shit might just all. Hey man, this shit might just do some I Am Legend shit. For real. I don't know about no damn mutant zombies crawling the walls and they got super strength and shit, and they can, you know, them motherfuckers was yelling and screaming and even got the dogs infected. I don't know about this shit, but I know it's gonna fuck a lot of people up.
The combination therapy achieved both the trial's primary and secondary objectives. It reduced the risk of melanoma returning and also reduced the risk of the
Have these niggas, they be hiding in the dark because they are sensitive to the sun and shit, the sun rays, so they come out in the dark.
cancer spreading to other parts of the body. The companies plan to present full results at an upcoming medical meeting and discuss regulatory submissions. The treatment is personalized using genetic information from each patient's tumor, helping the immune system identify and target cancer cells. Cancer specialists have described the results as highly encouraging. The findings could mark a major step forward in personalized cancer treatment and...
Anyway, let's get to this next one.
Well, we're following some major medical news today that could impact more than 1 million Americans living with or previously diagnosed with the deadliest form of skin cancer. 2 pharmaceutical giants announcing today promising results from an experimental vaccine to treat melanoma. Now, according to Merck and Moderna, a combination of the vaccine and medication appeared to stop the cancer from returning or spreading in high-risk patients. NBC News health reporter Aria Bendix joining us now.
Hold on, before she speaks, let's see what they got to say. They gonna say anything about I Am Legend in the comments here in this video? We need to see the data. Yeah, some people didn't want to see the data on that COVID vaccine. They say that we just won. We trust Esau with this shit. Everybody talking. You got these niggas talking about Good Morning America, but anybody say anything about I Am Legend? Oh, good job, Dr. Fauci. Really? I think they've been, I don't know, sarcastic. I don't know. I love for what is it? Damn, what's the name of that damn company? Pfizer. Yeah, I love Pfizer. Shit, Bill Gates doesn't like this one trick. Cancer vaccine is here. Guess what? I don't trust them anymore. Yeah. Oh, yep, there we go. I Am Legend. We gotta have somebody mention this shit. Yeah, but what is the vaccine derived from? One of these days, a vaccine is going to create an I Am Legend situation. Yep. Somebody had to say something about I Am Legend. Anyway.
To talk about this potential breakthrough. So Merck and Moderna have not published their results yet. What do we know about the experimental vaccine, Aria, and how it works?
Right. So this vaccine is about a decade in the making. And what's really novel and exciting about it is that it's a personalized cancer vaccine. So it can actually be
personalized. It's special for your RNA or your DNA, whatever the fuck it is. It's special for you so it can fucking alter shit deep inside your cells and shit. And reconstruct shit. It's supposed to be this way, but then they're gonna change it in this way, and then you turn into a fucking mutant and start eating flesh and shit. You just die.
Customized to each patient based on the genetic material of their individual tumors. So in this case, the vaccine is able to identify these abnormal proteins that sit on the surface of the cancer cells, and then it trains the immune system actually to kill those cells. But as you mentioned, this trial wasn't just looking at the vaccine, it was looking at this combination of the vaccine with Keytruda, which is a drug commonly used to treat melanoma. Sure. And it's really that combination that seems to show an advantage over Keytruda on its own at preventing the spread or recurrence of cancer. And I should note in this trial, there were about more than 1,000 patients. They had advanced stage melanoma. So this was a group that was already at a high risk of their cancer coming back.
Very promising results. Do we have any sense of a timeline for when this could be available?
So
about as soon as possible. Just as soon as they didn't hesitate. They didn't wait to do the trials and testing with them COVID shots, so you know damn well they're gonna come out with this shit pretty fast.
Moderna and Merck have shared their data with the FDA, or are sharing it now. Assuming everything looks good, the next step would then be to apply for approval of.
I just seeing how much they trying to see how much money they can make from this shit.
The vaccine, and the FDA importantly has already agreed to fast track its review, so the companies are somewhat optimistic that this vaccine could hit the market as soon as next year. Of course, we have to manage expectations because the data has not been published yet. FDA hasn't weighed in, but for right now, this is a really promising sign for a lot of patients with melanoma.
And I'm fascinated by the customizable aspect of this. Is that part of the RNA delivery system, or how does that work exactly?
That is part of the benefit of mRNA technology, and it was really mRNA research sort of started with this idea that it might be beneficial for cancer patients. So we're really seeing the culmination of decades of research here, and we're already seeing the recent approval of a mRNA vaccine for flu. So really a lot of momentum in this space, even though we saw.
Hey, you know what? It's funny how I remember this shit, but now these people want to play dumb with me. I remember when the vaccine shots was first implemented back, I guess, in 2021. I know my mom got that shit, and she was telling me that she had to. No, it was my mom and my dad was going to the grocery store, and there was this grocery store near their house they went to. As soon as they walked in, she felt like she wanted to faint. So they left, went back home. The next day they go back to that same grocery store. They walked in, she felt like she was gonna faint again. So she was worse, so he went back home. I guess set up a doctor appointment. And, you know, say because her blood pressure or whatever the fuck her blood. Man, I believe it had something to do with them vaccine shots. Because the time she just got the vaccines, they going to the grocery store. I think it was about the week. The same week she got the vaccine shots, the same week she went to that grocery store. And she felt like she was about to faint and shit. But anyway, I brought that story up to her back last year. And she acting like she don't remember that, like it never happened. I was like, mother, I know damn well that shit happened. You told me that shit had happened. It happened to you twice, you fainted. I'm like, are these people losing their fucking memory or they full of shit? I don't know, man. I just want to bring that up just to bring it up for the hell of it. But I don't know, these folks full of shit or either they forgetting their memory. I don't know. But anyway.
Cuts to mRNA research last year.
True, good point. And of course, this all started with the COVID vaccine, and mRNA now is being.
Yeah, the COVID vaccine. What happened with that shit? A whole bunch of people getting sick, dying, and shit. Still jacked up from that shit, trying everything possible to get back in some kind of working order. They got their blood all filtered out and shit, and try to do all kinds of stuff because of this vaccine. And now you got a cure, and then they people getting turbo cancer. Now they someone got a treatment for this particular cancer. Anyway, 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Yeah, he's proclaiming himself like a healer, but he's actually a fucking killer or a murderer. Well, killer rhymes. Instead of healer, be a killer. But really, yeah, he's a healer and killer. But ultimately, this is judgment from the Lord. The Lord gonna kill a lot of you people. You get down with this shit. He killed a lot of people getting them damn vaccine shots, them COVID shots. Now it's gonna be the cancer vaccines. Shit. Anyway, let me get to the next one. What's this about?
What if I told you that a doctor once sat down with a patient in a coffee shop and right in front of other customers approved the man to be put to death? Or that a medical team asked a dying man if he wanted to be killed, and when he said no, they
on some Dr. Kevorkian shit.
Came back and asked him again the moment his family stepped out of the room. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now just north of our border. And in under 10 years, more than 100,000 people in Canada have died this way. Yes, 100,000 people in less than a decade. So few people know more about this issue than my guest today. Alex Schadenberg runs the Euthanasia Prevention Coalition, and he's spent over 25 years studying it. His blog has more than 6,000 articles tracking exactly how this movement started, how it grew, and where it's headed next right here in America. Now, you might be thinking, this doesn't affect me, but it does. New York just legalized assisted suicide. 13 states plus Washington, D.C. have already done the exact same. And Alex is going to walk us through how this always starts small with careful rules and good intentions and then keeps expanding. Once you understand how this happened in Canada, you start to see the exact same pattern showing up here at home. This conversation matters if you have aging parents, or if you care about your own future, or if you simply believe that human life has value no matter how hard things can get. I certainly believe that. Welcome to Man in America, a voice of reason in a world gone mad. I'm your host, Seth Holhouse. On this
it definitely is a mad-ass world. Sick and twisted, wicked as hell.
Show, we talk to real people with real people. And remember, every episode is done with, this is a topic that I've really been wanting to kind of dive deep in, and I think that you are the person to dive deep with on this topic and overall concept. And so anyway, thank you for being here, and thank you for giving us your time today.
Well, thank you, Seth. So we're going to talk about death and dying and euthanasia, assisted suicide. So I hope the listeners are ready for a bit of how would you say, a drive down a road that we don't always want to go down. So
Yeah. Well, at least their two tour guides are a Midwesterner and a Canadian, and so we're going to do it in the most friendly way possible to have these discussions.
I won't apologize too often, though.
Yes, okay.
All right, whatever. I'm not going to play this too long. Let's see what this is about. Oh, it's a damn ad. Yeah, I had played videos about this, about legalize, legally. Oh yeah, man. I don't know what happened. I think it was somewhere in Europe. They got the suicide booth or the suicide pod or whatever you call it. Let me see. Which country has a suicide booth? Switzerland. Yeah, you can off yourself in this space age. I guess where they suck the air out or freeze the air and shit. And then you're dead. Shit. Look like this shit can send your ass to, it's like a time machine or something, but no, it's more like it look like a sports car. Not really a car, but anyway, it's a suicide booth. AI powered suicide booth.
So that then was changed in 2021. So in March 2021, the Canadian government changed the law to remove that restriction that your natural death had to be reasonably foreseeable. They also removed the 10-day waiting period or reflection period in the law, and they said you can have a same-day death. And they also went further. They said we can have euthanasia for mental illness alone. And this is why this big debate in Canada about euthanasia for mental illness alone has gone on, because at first the government in 2021, they passed that legislation saying mental illness alone was acceptable, but then at first they put a 2-year moratorium on that because they recognized there was something different about killing someone with mental illness alone, meaning they have no other medical condition, but they have mental health issues and it's sort of chronic, right? They saw that, yes, that's true, that is different, so they said we'll put a 2-year moratorium on that, and then of course they kept on putting another extension to that moratorium because they realized
it's so much, I mean, to talk about. I don't want to play all of it, but if you want to watch it, they go to title the video, they go to channel. I don't want to be sitting here listening for something like something that's gonna catch my attention. I'm waiting for like an hour for it to come up. Let's get to this next one.
What if I told you HPV vaccination?
Every coffee, a new world. Nespresso. What else?
This video is about whether or not a government can decide to put a synthetic medicine, drug, into the food of an entire population with very limited scrutiny. Decide for yourself whether or not this is the right trade-off. And more importantly, don't let them tell you that nobody is allowed to ask the question.
It's all sorcery, bro. This shit is all fucking sorcery.
Just
fucking wizards putting and the foul bread, man. Goodness gracious. And they're making a certain food addictive and more poison and shit. Now, like, everybody getting cancer. And look, they have a cancer treatment vaccine.
When you thought things couldn't get any worse.
This is hell, bro.
Right? By December of this year, 2026, a synthetic drug is going to be hidden in 30% of everything in your grocery store. Believe it or not, you never got a vote on it, and this isn't just something that's going in the bread. It's in sausages, it's in the soup, it's even in the gravy. Now, the argument, as always, is that this is for public health. The government is here to improve your health. But the government's own paperwork shows a trade-off that they're not telling you about. Guys, they're medicating an entire population without their consent, and the receipts are actually public. On December 13th, 2026, a new rule takes effect across Britain. Every commercial mill across Britain must add a synthetic drug, synthetic folic acid, to non-wholemeal wheat flour. Look, guys, the dose is set. The deadline is fixed. There was no big, dramatic public debate over it. In fact, it was a rule signed behind closed doors without a public vote. The problem with this is that flour ends up in about 30% of what's on the grocery store shelves.
Now, some of you are probably thinking, don't we already do this in America? And you're right, we do. In fact, we put a whole lot of junk in our food here in America. According to the FDA's own statements, there are over 10,000 chemical ingredients in American food that we don't know anything about. They've just been snuck in there.
The real issue here is that the FDA commissioner, as we stated today, does not know what's in our food. Most Americans...
They supposed to know what's in the food, so they supposed to stop this shit. But that shows you these niggas don't do shit.
Most moms would assume that the ingredients in our food have been subjected...
That's why we need the Lord, man. We need new management. These fucking niggers. God damn, Esau, you a fucking nigger. Damn. Fuck, I hate this world so much.
Safety studies, that is not true. For the past 40 years, the food industry's taken advantage of a loophole where they can generally recognize a food as safe, grass. And 95% of food ingredients now in our food supply have been self-identified as safe with no safety studies. Once you designate that loophole, you do not have to submit the ingredient or safety studies to the FDA. And that loophole use has led to the FDA not knowing what's in our food. It could be 2,000 ingredients, it could be 10,000. We don't know. There's not safety study in our food.
RFK Jr. is actually working right now.
Oh, that piece of shit. Man, get that stuttering nigga out of here. He don't know shit. This nigga don't know shit. Anyway, I don't have to play no more. I don't think I do. Well, yeah, I do. I'm going to play some more.
On restricting those unknown chemicals. However, folic acid in American food
Alright, I ain't going to play no more. I'm done. If you want to watch the rest of this video, be my guest. They go to the title of the video. They go to the channel. These niggas ain't about your health. They about making wealth off your health. Getting your ass sick and they get rich. And a lot of them niggas are sick themselves. Sick and goddamn full of bullshit. What is this? Psalm chapter 144 verse 11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of the strange children, whose mouth speak of vanity, and their right hands the right hand of falsehood. Everything they see, they right hand supposed to be representing the righteous side, but it's bullshit. Yeah, they trying to get you sick and shit. Hell, they even doing this shit to their own people. And shit. Fucking hate this world so much. Let me get another one. It's not what I'm looking for. Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thou shalt the children of Israel, talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled bird Israelites, eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, the true heathens, whither I will drive them. So this is punch from the Lord. And dang, I had a script. I forgot what was that scripture where they're talking about you'll eat poison and live. But every time I'll try to search it out, type it on Google, it give me something totally different. And I'll hear that scripture every now and then. Well, not every now and then. If I hear it less and I'll be forgetting to take notes and get it, it's probably somewhere in my notes, but I don't know where is it. It's probably not even in my notes. And sometimes I'll hear it from other brothers' videos and I'm like, damn, I gotta make a note. Remember to get that scripture, man. I'll be forgetting to get it. But anyway. Man, this shit sucks. Let's get to the next one. What is this about? Famine warning. Yeah, we're still talking about food. They put poison in food, but guess what? Shit. And some people just ain't getting none. Global famine.
The Famine Early Warning Systems Network, known as FuseNet, has been taken offline following sweeping cuts by the Trump administration. For nearly 4 decades, the system provided detailed, color-coded maps tracking hunger hotspots around the world. Its website now simply states that the site and its data are unavailable. The network was run by a private contractor and funded by USAID. It combines satellite imagery from NASA, climate data from NOAA, and information on food prices and agricultural output to forecast famines 6 to 9 months in advance. Governments and aid groups worldwide relied on it to decide whether to send emergency assistance. Former USAID chief Andrew Natsios says that using FuseNet is like having a truck full of grain without a steering wheel, since its map told AI agencies exactly where to go. Federal records show the program cost about $64 million last year, a fraction of the $15 billion the US spends annually on humanitarian aid. The shutdown comes as broader disruptions continue to hit US food assistance. A February report from USAID's Inspector General found nearly $490 million worth of food aid stranded at ports and in warehouses at risk of spoiling. The Inspector General was dismissed the day after the report was released. The network was created in 1985 after the Ethiopian famine killed nearly 1 million people. And this prompted President Reagan to demand a warning system. David.
Yeah, that image coming to America, you're going to see a lot of babies looking like that. You're going to see a lot of babies sunken stomachs. Yep.
A warning system.
Skin looking like leather. Like it just ain't holding on to the skin, to the bone. I don't know.
David Hardin, who oversaw the program under President Obama, said that its forecast helped pre-position aid during Ethiopia's 2016 drought, preventing the mass deaths seen 3 decades earlier.
We're talking about global famine, it's including America. Including America, because some of that shit's coming. Look, still on the topic about food. This brother was it GMS, Israel Kingdom Come, God. Play this one. Talking about human meat market found in Arizona. I ain't gonna play all the video, but let's get it. And here's the title of the video. I haven't watched this video. This is my first time. But they gonna title his channel. Subscribe, be edified. And you don't have to be shit, but I advise you to be subscribed.
The case of the human chop shop in Arizona is one of the most disturbing and macabre stories in recent forensic history, revealing a deeply unsettling side of the body donation and scientific research industry. January 2014, the FBI raided the Biological Resource Center, BRC, in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, so this was okay. This was a decade ago. I thought this was recent.
Following allegations of illegal activities involving the sale and improper handling of donated human bodies. What they discovered inside was a scene straight out of a horror movie. Body parts stacked on top of each other, heads and torsos piled together. Remains that were not properly labeled or stored. The BRC operated under the guise of a legitimate body donation program, promising families that the remains of their loved ones would be used for scientific research and education. Instead, it was revealed that body parts were being sold to third parties without proper consent from the donors' families. The facility's practices were not only unethical, but also violated federal regulations regarding the handling and sale of human remains.
And the federal hit they in on it.
During the raid, FBI agents found disorganized and unsanitary conditions. The facility was described as having body parts strewn throughout in a disorganized and unhygienic manner. Heads, arms, and legs were found stacked on top of each other, with no clear identification of who they belonged to. Some remains were found in coolers, while others were left on gurneys and tables without any refrigeration, leading to decomposition. There were reports of body parts being used in ways that were far removed from any scientific or educational purpose.
What the fuck they were doing?
Investigators discovered that BRC had been selling body parts, including torsos, heads, and limbs, to buyers who were not always using them for the agreed-upon purposes, such as research or training. Some were allegedly used in military and vehicle crash testing, and there were instances of remains being sold overseas. The
owner sold to Israel, Lee's, Amalek.
Owner of the Biological Resource Center, Stephen Gore, later admitted to selling.
Ain't it saying his last name Gore? You know, Gore, like blood and gore and shit.
Body parts without donor consent, and was charged with operating a criminal enterprise. In 2015,
Gotta be Esau.
Gore pleaded guilty and was sentenced to probation. He
What? Probation?
admitted to knowingly misleading families about how the bodies would be used, acknowledging that his actions were both unethical and illegal. The revelation shocked and devastated the families who had donated the bodies of their loved ones in good faith. Many were led to believe that their relatives' remains would contribute to meaningful scientific advancements. Instead, they learned that body parts were treated without dignity or respect. Lawsuits were filed by numerous families against BRC and Gore, seeking justice and accountability for the betrayal of trust. This case highlighted the lack of oversight and regulation in the body donation industry. In the United States, there are few federal regulations governing non-transplant tissue donation, allowing facilities like BRC to operate with minimal scrutiny. The fallout from this case led to calls for stricter laws and more rigorous oversight of body donation programs to ensure that such abuses do not occur again. Even years after the raid, questions linger about the full extent of BRC's operations and the fate of the many body parts that were sold and shipped around the world. The case serves as a grim reminder of the potential for exploitation within industries that deal with human remains and the critical need for transparency and ethical standards.
Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father who we're ignorant because God in His name and Hebrew means He exists. And Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And his name in Hebrew means he is deliverer. By Hashem is the name of Kakodash, the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great milestone who rule well. Peace and blessings unto the sincere arguments which forth the truth. Throughout the four corners of the earth, I want to say shalom to your brothers and keep pushing. And a double shalom to the Israelites that's looking at the other nations and Shawati. I want to say shalom.
I stopped right there. They didn't mention anything about the human meat or the remains were used to be sold for food. They ain't mention anything about that. But either way, hell, they probably would do that anyway. Not probably, they will do that.
To brothers and sisters as well. My name is DeBar from GMS Land St. Louis Camp. I don't come back at another video. And in this video, I'm gonna entitle this Human Meat Market Found in Arizona. Hashtag filler meat. Alright. So human meat market, this is actually an old video. And this video is a year old. Okay, that I seen this actually on Instagram. And then I looked further into it. This video is actually a year old. Now why in the hell did I didn't hear anything about a human meat?
And it happened, they said this shit was found 2014. Anyway.
Market. You know, when people are selling body parts and they say with hands and heads and torsos and arms and legs.
They never called it a human meat market though. But it was just a place, yeah. But anyway, I ain't gonna play too much. If you wanna watch it, because damn, I'm already getting sleepy. If you wanna watch the rest of the video, they go to title, they go to channel. See what this is about. But still, I mean, if it ain't a meat market here, still we living in a twisted world. That's the point. I mean, I was trying to make it these videos. Is just showing you how twisted this world is, how sick it is. Not just in America, but all over. Because like I said, this is random videos from random places around the world. Bunch of crazy, whacked out shit. Let's get to this one.
What's going on YouTube? Jill Vlogs here, back at it with another video. In today's video, I wanted to...
You got her realizing that Earth is hell. Yeah. What's going on Earth is hell.
You go ahead.
Being ruled by wicked rulers. Edomites.
And talk about how Earth feels like a hell realm. A lot of religious people think that after we die, we either go of two places, up, which is heaven, eternal paradise, or down, which is hell, eternal damnation. This realm that we're in right now feels like eternal damnation. Look at the way...
Yeah, she is right. You only go, when you die, you only go one place, up, to meet your maker.
Our society is set up. These jobs don't offer a living wage anymore. People are running around in circles. They can't afford to pay their bills. We're putting our health at risk. We don't have time or energy to even enjoy our lives anymore. It feels like we're just like living in hell almost. A lot of people say that life is short. It doesn't always feel true though. A lot of us...
Yeah, what is this? Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was about your body, your flesh, and to this vessel, and the spirit shall return unto God, Yahweh, who gave it. Yeah, so the Lord, you going back to you going back to God, who the word in it called, but his name is Yahweh. You're going back to the third dimension, your spirit. Not third dimension, you're going to the fourth dimension, you're going to the spirit world. If it's a righteous spirit, of course, or if it's a wicked spirit. All spirits, all human spirits go up. Now the animals are different. Animals are different. Let's get to that. I can't remember, where was that at? People be thinking, oh man, this is hell. No, bitch, we live in fucking hell. There's no such thing as your spirit going to some place in the center of the earth where it's really hot. You know what I mean, nigga, shut that shit up. It's old. It's tired. It's time for something new. Time for something new, bruh. Them lies got too much mileage, man. It's time to just ditch that shit. Shit's breaking down. The damn Christianity insanity is breaking down like an old ass fucking car. Oh, yeah. I can't find it. I think, yeah, here you go. Here you go. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth up? Yeah, the spirits of man goeth up. The spirit of the beast that goeth down to the earth. And that's it. But who knoweth? The Lord knoweth. Man don't know a shit. But you know it now. Back to her.
Are out here doing things that we truly don't want to be doing with our lives. We wake up to go to our 9-to-5s, to our factory jobs, to our hotel jobs, our server jobs, our bartending jobs. It's like we wake up and we do things that, we dread doing, and it almost makes life feel like it's, eternal. And sometimes it almost puts you in a panic, feeling like this shit is just going to go on forever and ever and ever. I'm 29 years old right now, and I can promise you that
she look like she about to have a breakdown or something.
I feel like I've been on this earth for like 80 years. This feels like a soul trap almost. Sometimes I really ask myself.
Yeah, I mean, this is a prison. Hey, when our bodies are a prison, we're in a chain of darkness. We're spirits that's trapped in a prison inside of a prison. But then imagine yourself being in an actual prison, like bars and gates, a concrete plantation. Yeah, that's bad.
What did I?
This is hell.
Do so bad in my past life.
Oh, and look what she just said. Her past life. She believes in that. Believes in reincarnation. But she criticized Christians because these niggas don't know shit. She must have been listening to the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah. And she believes it. It makes so much sense.
To be deserving of a realm like this, it feels like all of us are just like inmates living in an open air prison, and we're all here just like doing time. Nobody is really having a good time here anymore. We're not really enjoying our lives. It's almost like this earth is a prison planet almost. We're working.
Oh, it is. Not almost. It is a prison planet for sure. But wait till Jacob Trouble go full throttle 9,000 RPM to the engine blow up. It's going to really get to be a prison planet all over.
So hard.
The world.
And we're not getting the same results as the previous generations did. People are having to work like 2 to 3 jobs, and they're still unable to get by. There's an increase in people that are having to take out personal loans in order to pay their bills because the paycheck that they're making at their jobs isn't enough to get by anymore. There's people having to, go into credit card debt. People are, overdrafting bank accounts too. And it's almost like we use burnout and exhaustion and barely scraping by as it's some type of a badge of honor, and then as soon as you call it out, as soon as you don't want to do this anymore, as soon as you've pushed through the burnout for so long to the point where you're chronically ill or mentally ill, people always like to call you crazy, people like to call you lazy, any name under the book. Whenever you go outside, it's almost like you instantly see that we live on a very beautiful planet. We could have made this world a paradise. It's really sad how humans decided to use their free will to make
first off, there ain't no such thing as free will, but anyway.
Our society a literal hell realm. People are out here struggling more than ever before. We're working ourselves to death. There's more and more young people in their late 20s to early 30s who are having strokes and heart attacks and are going into cardiac arrest because it's too much. It gets to a point where you can do it until you can't do it. And I personally don't see myself doing this until the age of 65. I don't think I have it in me. I'm in a position right now where I'm trying.
Age of 65? How about the age of... And she said she's 29. How about say the age of 29? Right now, hell, I'm 43. I don't want to do this shit no more. I don't want to live in this world like this anymore, but I have to deal with it. But that's just the spirit you need to be in. You need to be like, man, fuck this shit. I want to change. The only way the change gonna come when Yahweh Shah return. That's it. That's the only way change gonna come. You gotta be patient with Yahweh and Yahweh Shah when the change come. But I sure pray for it to come fast.
Trying to break my chains of slavery and do what I can to get the fuck out of this, so that way I can have a better future in line for myself. This capitalistic system that we're all in, against our will, clearly isn't working for Gen Zs and millennials anymore. These jobs don't match this inflation. They don't pay a livable wage. A lot of these employers only offer $12 to $15 an hour when you can't even find a one-bedroom apartment in most areas here in America without having to pay $1,500 a month. A lot of landlords require first month's rent and a security deposit up front, and they expect you to make 3 times the rent. So realistically, this isn't sustainable, and it almost feels like working a job is just a waste of time. It's really sad how a lot of people...
Oh, and definitely with prices of gas and diesel going up, shit.
People out here.
You be working you'll be spending money just to go to work. Anyway, I ain't gonna play too much. I got one more video, and she talking about we living in hell. Yeah, and it's gonna get really hellish. The concentration camp, FEMA camps building up in America. Let me read Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. That's for you Israelites. This place ain't your heaven. Nigga, never was. This is supposed to be, you supposed to be serving your time in hell, and this is your hell. And you being ruled over by some damn devils. They're calling you nigger, but they're actually the true niggers. Shit. They poison the earth, the water, the sea, the food, the every damn thing, fucking up everything. And they want their own people to die too and be slaves. Anyway, last video, let's get it. Coming from Arrows in the Nation 144.
If you look at the FEMA camps in Fairbanks, Alaska, it can hold up to 2 million people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And in these FEMA camps, you have guillotines. It's not a lie. There's a law that was passed in Georgia in 1995, which mentioned that guillotines are on American soil.
30,000 of them.
At least 30,000.
That was back then. How much
was back then?
Year 2020.
So we're talking about 25 years ago. So this is what. And why this martial law? Well, that's because look at what's going on in the United States. There's so much chaos in the major cities. We saw what happened in Minneapolis, Seattle, Portland, and other cities as well. You had I believe the National Guard that was brought in. It's just a test. It's a foretaste of what's going to happen, regardless of who the president will be in November. Yeah. Who's going to be elected?
The most wicked one
would it be Trump or Biden? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. You'll have martial law. You'll have FEMA camps, and then Sunday laws will come. That will be the mark of the beast. And speaking of guillotines, if you think this is not real, listen. It's going to happen. You'll have martial law. You'll have FEMA camps, and then Sunday laws will come. And that will be the mark of the beast. And speaking.
Hold on, what did he say? Alright, well, I don't know what he said about what is the mark of the beast, but the mark of the beast is the chip implant, the RFID microchip implant. The one that goes in your right hand, or in your left hand, or your feet, your butt cheeks, your titty, big titty, small titty, man boobs, and those definitely in your forehead, the brain chip.
Speaking of guillotines, if you think this is not real, listen to this. Another Democrat, volunteer by the name of Chris Jacobs, was caught by Project Veritas and their leader, James O'Keefe, a brilliant man who catches people in their words. And Chris Jacobs said that he supports guillotines.
Chris Jacks, is that seat taken? How you doing? This is you on hidden camera talking about the need to change the country with violence.
It's going to take a strategic hit against the 21% that's in charge. 2020 is a political revolution. I am going to do everything morally acceptable to win. You guys are amazing. You guys are truly unbelievable.
Can I quote you?
When you ask somebody a question, what would it take? I will lie, I will cheat, I will steal, because that's morally acceptable in this political environment.
Why do you think that's morally acceptable in this environment, to lie, cheat, and steal?
I am a member.
Because it's the Edomite way. That's how this country was founded. Hell, this is how this country was founded. And that's how this country is being ruled. By a bunch of liars, cheaters, stealers, murderers, rapists, pedophiles, all kind of shit. Edomites, pretty much.
Of the Democratic Party.
What positions are those?
I'd rather not get into it because it has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. Is yes,
we need new management, man. These niggas suck.
I will lie to people who lie to us. I will cheat people who cheat us.
How do you cheat? What type of cheating are we going to be doing in this election?
I can't answer that question. What is your name?
My name is James O'Keefe.
I've heard of your name.
I'm quoting you here.
And I'm speaking to you. You're absolutely right. That's all I gotta say. Option A, what I'm proposing. Option 2, slicey wings.
Why the obsession with guillotines?
It is a readily known symbol for anybody who has been in any sort of political and revolutionary talk.
We didn't put these words in your mouth.
You're right. You asked the question.
We have the tapes. We have the questions. We'll play it. So,
and I stand by everything that I said.
Do you work for McCorkle?
No, I don't work for anybody. I'm a volunteer.
So he just a violent. So he just an average piece of shit. And hell, it'd be funny. His ass be put his fucking fat melon be put in a hole to get his head cut off. Yeah. And he'd be like, oh shit.
All right. Your position? No comment. Who on earth, with a right frame of mind, would support guillotines to kill people?
Because it's coming.
He's the chair of our revolution in Weld County, Colorado. So he's advocating a revolution. He's advocating guillotines. What happened in France in the late 1790s, it's coming to the United States.
Yeah, it's already here. It just ain't been implemented yet.
They already had the guillotines. Look, it's not fear-mongering. Check the law that was passed by the Georgia legislator in 1995. We need to get ready. We need to obey God in everything.
I mean, Yahweh.
In June 2013, the U.S. government has recently purchased 30,000 guillotines. Yes, you see it right there. Now, this was lobbied for by Congress, and it passed. You have to ask yourself if all the beheadings of the Muslims that they're pulling off, well, the Muslims beheading people all across the place, if this isn't to try to desensitize the U.S. for future events. Because as the information comes out, it looks like 15,000 are being currently stored in Georgia, and 15,000 currently stored in Montana. Now, you need to go and research Rex 84 and get caught up to speed if you haven't for what is going on with the prison camps. Do you see what is going on behind your back? They've got you blinded by the mainstream media. There's also a little list of all the camps that are in each state.
Filled with, which I thought was a portable toilet store. I never looked at them that close. Same.
Oh yeah, them things. I don't know if they still do. I haven't been in that area. Was it in Mansfield? I think Mansfield or Madison. It was Madison, Georgia. They're like straight down I-20. I was thinking about going down there. What was it, 10 years ago, to check that shit out and see if they was somewhere in that area. I was going to get my dog spayed, but I was like, nah. They had I had to be there and get the hell on after the dog got an operation done. Goes at some humane, adoption center. I felt like going there to check it out, but I'm pretty sure they gone. There was these plastic urethane coffins you could put like 5 bodies in.
Well, it may be black, but which was an odd color. I asked him about the field of black boxes. What were they? Because they I'd never seen anything like that. And his statement
bunch of them
was that if he told me, I would.
And I don't know how long. They probably ain't no damn good now. They probably all dry rotted. Got cracks all in. Could have been sitting out in the sun too damn long. Hey, if that's the case, they got some more. They got many others.
One of a few people in Madison, Georgia, that knew about them, and he says they're disposable coffins. I believe he told me, and he says there's 100 at that time, and he said there was 125,000 there, and he said his brother worked with the CDC in Atlanta and had been asked by the CDC to do a 3-year extension to place temporary morgues all across the nation. I went back to my home office. I spoke of it there, and of course, people usually don't want to hear too much about this kind of thing. So it's never been mentioned, publicly, except just here and there. Because most, like I said, the reaction I got, people didn't want to know about it. The few people that I spoke to.
And the brother of the man that owns this field, that the government is leasing this field from to store these disposable coffins, this brother was given 3 years to set up temporary morgues around the country. Now, we found the website that we think these disposable coffins were made at, and we noticed that the lids that they're advertising on the website were rounded. But the lids, hundreds of thousands of lids there, the lids we found, folks, were flat, and they were reinforced. You know what that could mean? You can stack them on top of each other. That's a lot neater to stack them in disposable coffins.
When they mean reinforced, like they got liner in it, it's for more strength to hold on to extra weight being on, stacked up. Anyway.
Exclusive government activating FEMA camps across America, across the United States. Sent to us by people in government. I'll just leave it at that. And it's got the 5 regions for the FEMA camps. And it talks about barricades and barbed wire and armed guards. And it says that they built the camps and that now they need to get ready to staff them. And that they need to be ready within a 72-hour period. And so I want to challenge everybody to call their friends and their families now. And realize that the new economy is to put tens of millions of people, who are the biggest prison population in the world, in this archipelago, this giant chain of facilities all over the country. They take you to the FEMA camps.
They already starting this shit with them damn concentration camp. Don't concentrate them. What you call them? It's 1:44 on the clock. Oh, praise you by Shemal Shah. The water y'all by Shemal Shah. It's not 1:44 on the computer clock, but I was just looking at the stove clock. It said 1:44. But you can see they have all them, immigration detention center for packed full of a bunch of Northern Kingdoms, you Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And you got some black folks in that so-called black folks, Southern Kingdom in there too. Yeah. But it's already starting when you Northern Kingdoms. When you Northern Kingdom tribes.
Built by Halliburton right now to house 50 million Americans. They're building enough concentration camps in America by Halliburton. Now, if you go out and you find a pink dot on your mailbox, that means that they believe you'll be a good slave and you're going to go along with the program and serve our international
this is some other shit that I always thought it was real too. To put a little sticker on your mailbox. Yeah, I don't know about that shit.
Price Masters.
This was like back in 2010, 2011.
That's the problem we have today. This conspiracy is so monstrous, so demonic, that we tell people about it and they say, you're crazy. This is America. It can't happen here.
Last thing the men behind the curtain want is a conscious, informed public capable of critical thinking, which is why a continually fraudulent zeitgeist is output via
my goodness, this devil. And this nigga to be put in a coffin. No, need to be guillotined. Shit.
religion, the mass media, and the educational system. They seek to keep you in a distracted, naive bubble. And they are doing a damn good job of it. This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we run pipelines from the Caspian Sea, we're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished, Chavez they didn't accomplish, and they said you're going to see guys going to caves looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he's laughing at the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He said, but the media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things, you keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and so one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now I would say, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the chip.
That microchip. The mark of the beast.
RFID chip. And have all money be on those chips and everything. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip. And have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off that chip.
You know what it all lead to? The chip implant. So, man, the prophets of Yahweh by Shemal Shah starting Anyway, the prophecy of Yahweh Shema Shah, starting with the GMS. What are you barking about, bro? Anyway, starting with GMS Great Millstone, you're right. The RFID microchip is the chip. I mean, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. So you other people that's in these camps, man, get the fuck out of those camps. Them niggas are, these guys are so goddamn off. Hell, what was I watching one video? One brother had what's his name? Nathaniel from IUIC talking about some what was it? Lucifer is America. Lucifer is America? You mean Babylon is America, right? Anyway, well, I think he said Lucifer is a Babylon. I don't know. Anyway, it's fucking stupid. These niggas are stupid and they steering you away from the truth, from Yahweh Shema Shah. But we telling you to seek the Lord by seeking the prophets, because we got the truth. Starting with GMS, Great Millstone. Let me get to something, because all this shit is leading to the Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse in fact, let me get to this one, and then I'll get to Jeremiah chapter 30. Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Talking about being in prison is one of them, because that's what I'm reading this about. Behold, the devil shall catch. That devil be Esau, even so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's red. He's a baby dick sucking, foreskin eating Jewish faggot nigger named Amalek. Shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the Lord is going to bless you with immortality, new bodies, just like that. Once you die on this side of the world, you make your life, you make your body a living sacrifice, and you die for this truth. Because I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like for everybody or myself. I just pray for mercy and strength, and you need to do the same thing. Because these niggas going to come and they going to be... I don't know. I'm sleepy and tired. I can't even talk right now. I don't want to go to sleep. I'm like a little baby trying to fight to sleep. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord. I mean, what am I talking about? That? For thou shalt the Lord Yahweh. We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see rather a man doeth travail with child. Men don't give birth to babies, but they gonna be acting like it. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yes, some of us gonna be, we all gonna be saved out of it. Well, I'm saying we, because I don't know about me, but the hopeful elect will be saved out of it, even if you be a martyr. But shoot, as long as you know you of the elect, you cool. The elect of Israel, you cool. But hey, in order to get closer to being the elect, hey man, seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and taking heed to what they say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep faith and trust strong, Yahweh Shema Shah, and stay humble. And for the men out there that's not teaching and preaching, but still keeping your faith and trust strong, locked in with Yahweh Shema Shah, keep doing what you got to do. Not all the men of or believers of Yahweh Shema Shah going to be prophets. Yep. But keep doing what you got to do. And for the few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble. Stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.